Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
39-year-old Virginia resident Antionne Brodnax is a part-time rap artist. He goes by the stage name of Bugsy the Don. And on January 6th of 2021, Brodnax was on probation for a previous conviction when he was seen on surveillance video illegally entering the Capitol. So Brodnax walked throughout the Capitol. He was with a friend. He had that friend take pictures of him. He was sitting on the base of a large statue, which he posted on his social media account. And the prosecutor detailed how Brodnax was part of an aggressive mob that confronted and screamed at officers. And this mob was physically pushing past them and making threats toward Nancy Pelosi. They were chanting to break down doors. So Brodnax was filming all of this. He was filming, and he was being filmed by John Sullivan. And it wasn't until after Ashley Babbitt was shot and then the police deployed tear gas that Brodnax finally turned back, and that's when he left the building. After he exited the Capitol, though, he stayed on the Capitol grounds, and that's when he climbed onto the hood of a government vehicle, and he had someone take a photo of him there. He later used that photo as an album cover, and a lot of the tracks on that album had titles that referenced the Capitol attack. There was also an audio recording of Brodnax, and he was being interviewed about January 6th. And the interviewer asked him, "Why was you in the Capitol?" And Brodnax replied, quote, "'Cause I felt like it." So then they both laughed. On January 15th of 2021, Brodnax was interviewed by the FBI. He admitted to entering the Capitol, but he claimed that the police removed the gates that were blocking the doors. And he said, I didn't witness any kind of violence inside the building. He also refused to consent to a search of his device, but he promised the FBI that he would send them copies of the videos that he took that day. However, after many, many follow-ups by the FBI agent, Brodnax basically ghosted him. He just never sent the videos, stopped returning his calls, stopped responding to text messages, whatever. And then following Brodnax's arrest, all of those videos had been deleted from his phone. So Brodnax was arrested on March 11th of 2021. He was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. I have no idea, though, why they didn't charge him with destruction of evidence or obstruction of justice, because clearly he deleted the videos after he promised to send them to the agent. But then in October of 2021, Brodnax did something that's extremely rare. He pleaded guilty to all 4 of the misdemeanor charges against him, and he did it without a formal plea agreement, meaning that the government made no promises, they made no concessions in exchange for his guilty plea. So based on the most serious charge and penalty, he was looking at up to 1 year in prison, 1 year of probation, and $100,000 in fines. This time, because of his extensive criminal history, also his probation violation, and his deletion of the evidence, the prosecutor actually requested an even greater period of time behind bars. The prosecutor asked for 21 months in prison, 1 year of probation, and $500 in restitution. In the government sentencing memo, they stated that Brodnax has multiple felony convictions, primarily for possession of controlled substances, robbery, manufacturing a controlled substance, and also providing for the resale of drugs, as well as possession of a firearm after having been convicted of a felony offense. Brodnax also has numerous probation violations, some of which landed him back in prison, and one of which involved an alleged shooting. And Brodnax at that time was found in a vehicle. He had $2,000 on him personally, but they also in the vehicle found a 0.5 gram of coke and an additional $10,000 in cash in the car. Brodnax's attorney said, oh, he's a great entrepreneur. He's an asset to the community. So she asked for a sentence of home confinement and probation only. The judge in this case was U.S. District Judge Paul Friedman. And at the sentencing hearing, he told her, quote, he's had a problem historically with following conditions imposed upon him. Then the judge also cited Brodnax's criminal history and his obstruction of the investigation as mitigating factors. So Judge Freeman ended up sentencing Brodnax to 5 months in prison, 1 year probation, and a $500 restitution fee. So this is obviously bullshit. You know, I mean, yes, he pleaded guilty. He took responsibility, but come on. I mean, for once, the prosecutor actually requested a decent sentence, and this weak ass judge chokes. And I'm surprised too, because this is a Clinton appointed judge, and most of his picks were fairly decent. They were pretty tough on crime. But this is ridiculous. You know, given this guy's history, his blatant disregard for the rule of law, for following the rules of his probation. I mean, for God's sakes, he was on probation when he went into the Capitol illegally. I don't think that this in any way, shape, or form is going to wake him up and be a come to Jesus moment. And, you know, all of a sudden he's going to straighten up and fly right. No, not going to happen. Not for 5 months. Anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate. It really helps to keep the show going. So appreciate all of you. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.